A blast furnace in Luleå, northern Sweden, melting iron ore for steel at temperatures of nearly 1,500 degrees Celsius. It's part of a massive plant run by Swedish steel company SSAB.
Steel is super critical for a modern society. You see it everywhere if you start to look around. You have it in bridges, you have it in cars, you have it in airplanes. I myself wouldn't be able to see a modern society without steel, actually.
At the moment, that's bad news for the climate.
This is a traditional way of making steel. It involves using a blast furnace, burning coal and emitting a lot of carbon dioxide in the process, and it's why global steel manufacturing accounts for 8% of carbon emissions.
But that is on the cusp of changing. Less than a mile away, a modern alternative is taking shape. A group of companies have worked out how to swap coal for hydrogen gas, eliminating the dirtiest bit of the steelmaking process.
When we started this in 2016, it was in some cases perceived like a kind of a crazy idea, but I mean now 6 years later we come tremendously far. I mean it actually works.
Nearby, a reinforced cave stores the project's reserves of hydrogen gas, all made using clean electricity. For Sweden's energy minister, innovation and energy independence is about more than climate change. It's about being accepted into the NATO security alliance and being protected from Russian aggression.
Our current electricity production is basically completely fossil-free. It gives us energy security, but it also, honestly, helps us save the planet so it can be habitable for humankind in the future. And I think that in itself is a very good selling point for Sweden's application in NATO as well.
What happens with NATO isn't the only uncertainty for Sweden here. Decarbonising is expensive, and all the investment in progress has yet to fully pay off. When green steel becomes commercially available in a few years' time, it will cost more. And so one of the big questions here is whether industry and ultimately consumers are going to be willing to pay that green premium, especially if the cost of living is still high. At Volvo, the answer is resoundingly yes. They've already started planning for it.
Maybe it is a bit more expensive, but at the same time we do see that CO2 has a cost as well. I'm so sure that our customers in the long run will really demand fossil-free products. Even though it might be a bit more expensive in the beginning, in the long run we are sure that this is the right bet.
Not everyone will be so enthusiastic, but huge leaps forward are often a gamble. And this one, Sweden has decided, is worth it. Hannah Thomas Peter, Sky News in Luleå, Sweden.